We're done here. Just kidding. I've been sitting here with Huck for a couple of minutes now, just processing all the greatness that is sitting on my desk today. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show this morning.
Good
Hey.
morning, Steph. How are you?
Well, you promised me the last time that you were in the building that you would bring one of these suckers home, and now we have two.
Sorry, I kind of
You're such an overachiever.
I kind of went a little too long since I came the last time, and then jumped on a whole nother tournament and won another belt.
I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, bling bling baby, says Lauren. Good morning, Miss Thing. Christine, Derek, thank you so much for joining us. We've got Thomas Huckermeyer Sr. in the house. Talk to everybody. Explain how this is sitting on my desk.
Okay.
And where we started and where we are.
Well, I've been boxing for a few years, just for fun, and then last year somebody mentioned about the Masters tournament, which is it's a boxing tournament that is for 35 and up. So for us older gentlemen that still want to act like we're young and think that we are. So I joined that, and in May had my first fight, and it was 2 fights. It's a tournament. So when you go down there, depending on how many guys are in your weight and age bracket, depending on how many you're going to fight. Most likely it's 2 fights during the weekend. You fight one day on Saturday. If you win Saturday, you fight again on Sunday. So this first belt right here, that was my first one that I won. It's actually my favorite of the 2. I'm not going to lie.
Well,
Not just because it's my first. I just think it looks cool. I like the whole eagle.
I'm gonna have to inspect them later.
but yes, it also meant a lot more to me because it was the beginning for me. So all my training and everything went down to trying to win that belt.
I definitely suggest you go back and watch the video where we had Huck in here because your hype was so palpable.
Oh, I loved it.
It's like shaking the room.
I'm still right there, like in it. Like I have a fight coming up in a month, so. October 20th and 21st, I'll be fighting in Boston. I got to sign up for that one still, but that's another tournament, another belt, hopefully. And then the big one is in February. That's going to be in Vegas.
Look at him.
That's pretty much, I don't want to call it like this, but you're pretty much competing to be the best in the country on that one. Because that's like
exciting.
The original Masters tournament was in Vegas. And the 2 big ones are the last one I just did. That's in Atlantic City. That's where I won this one. And then the Vegas one. Those are like the 2 big ones that we have around here for the Masters boxing division. And like I said, it's for guys that are 35 and up. They match you for your age and weight. So like they try to keep it all around the same. So if you're in your 40s, they're going to try to keep a guy in your 43. So they want to try to keep it between like 45 and 40.
Yeah.
And make it so it's fair. You know what I mean? Plus guys in my weight because I'm in a heavyweight. So thing is, with heavyweight, it's anybody above 205 pounds.
So you could go against a monster.
Yes. So I'm 235 pounds as we sit right now. I'm going to drop some weight for this next fight, but I can potentially fight a guy that's 300 pounds.
So talk to me about how this whole thing started once again. If you're just joining us for the first time, Huck is a master of all things. Honestly, I've known you from being in a band, rapping, in the clubs, DJing stuff. Like you've been around.
Yeah,
we've seen
the
it all.
Entertainment business for quite some time. That's where it all started for me.
But then it was like fishing.
Yeah, I went on a fishing boat because it's just what I do, and I love fishing. But with the boxing thing, it all started because really is when I got clean. About 7 years ago, I got sober, and I had a bad pill addiction. So when I stopped doing drugs, I needed to do something to kind of keep my mind busy. Mm-hmm. So I started going to the gym regularly. And when I was there, I seen somebody upstairs boxing. And then from there, it was just, I started watching them. They showed me some moves. I started doing it for fun. Then I disappeared for a while on a fishing boat. And then I came back, and then it was actually Cody Marandola, shout out to Cody. He had upstairs at Rockies for his little mixed martial arts thing. Mm-hmm. But Cody doesn't just do mixed martial arts. He also does kickboxing and stand-up regular boxing. So I would go there he would show me some moves for regular boxing, and we kind of grew. I've known Cody since we were in high school.
Yeah.
So we kind of grew together from there, and I kept going to see him. He ended up leaving Rockies, started his own gym, Marandola Martial Arts. Go check them out. He's amazing. So if you know anybody that wants to do anything from boxing to kickboxing to
Any age bracket?
yeah, he does kids to adults, but mixed martial arts in general. If you want to do MMA, Muay Thai, you know, jiu-jitsu, all that stuff, he does it all.
So good for your mental health also.
It
Apart from your
really
physical
is.
health.
It really is. So anyway, Cody got me interested. Then he took off from Rockies. I stayed at Rockies. Rocky got a guy, Brian McCutchinson, great coach. He started just regular boxing at Rockies, and that's where they came up with Rocky Boxing Club. And they have great classes there and stuff like that. That's where I started. You know, that's pretty much where I started to want to be in competition.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where somebody came up to me and was told me about the Masters. I looked into it.
And this is not a long while. This is like your latest thing that you've been working on for a couple of years,
like
right?
The last 3 years
Yeah.
is what like interested. It was right before, actually 4 years, right before COVID when it really clicked my interest.
Yeah.
Then I trained for a fight, but COVID happened and I couldn't fight it because they stopped all activity like that.
Yeah.
So there was no fight. So I got out of it for a while. And then I, you know, got back into the gym, started working with Brian again at Rockies. Then I called Cody and I said, hey, I want to come see you a couple of days a week and go work with you as well. And that's what I did. I'd see Brian, I'd see Cody, and I'd go back and forth. And then it just got to a point where we saw the first fight. I signed up for it and I trained and trained and trained and trained. And then we went down. All of us went down for the first fight. Cody and Brian both were in my corner.
That was so exciting.
It was amazing. You know, my first fight, I was nervous, but I wasn't scared.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people ask me, are you scared? No, I wasn't scared one bit. Like, I don't fear anything. Am I nervous to do it? Yeah, everybody's nervous to do something for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was such a rush to go down there. And then
how hurt were you afterwards?
The first fight's not too bad. I was sore. I think it was because I trained a lot more for those than I did this last one. Like I went hard on the training. So my physical, my everything, like I was just in great shape. Now, before the fight, I won't lie to you, I had pain in my right elbow on the inside, like tennis elbow or golfer's elbow, whatever they call it. And it hurt bad. So I went into that fight. If you watch my first 2 fights, I barely jab. I used my left the whole time. And it's because it hurt to throw the jab. Every time I went like this, I was in some serious
Anybody
pain.
that's ever worked out strenuously knows what that feels like. That tennis elbow sucks.
When you get up into your 40s, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not fun.
There's no bounce back. It's not like 2 days later you feel great.
Right.
So
good morning, Kayla, Jeff, Gail, Andra. Thanks so much for joining us.
So when you watch that fight, you'll see. Like, go back and watch it if you're listening, and you'll see. I used my left hand most of that fight. But then the second fight, it's the same thing. Arm was still hurt, so I used mostly my left hand. I jabbed a little bit more, but
maybe you can talk a little bit about your training routine. Is there something that you like have to do now? Like, is your practice like I wake up, I get my head right? Like, what is your practice?
So like the way that it went for most of the beginning, like for the first fights, this last,
because you were rapidly focused and ready for
this
that
last
fight.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This last fight, not as focused.
Well, your life has been a little chaotic.
I kind of went through a big life change. This last fight, there was a good portion I was homeless for it. I'm living in my car, so it was not as easy to get the training in. I was working every day.
I was really worried for you. I mean, when you had reached out and we were talking, and I'm like, when are you going to come on and talk about the fight? And you're like, I'm homeless right now.
Yeah,
like, this is real.
Shit. It was. It took a lot of work. You know, a lot of people. The great thing is the one thing I have to say about Falmouth is we have great people in this town.
So amazing.
And a lot of people looked out and made sure I didn't, fall too far. You know, obviously a lot of people were worried being homeless, living in my car. I'm going to go back to using drugs again or drinking heavily again and stuff like that.
Because that's the stress.
And it happens. It's what this town. Listen, things can swallow you whole if you allow it, and it's all about you allowing it and you getting yourself put back into that situation. And all I did was made sure I didn't. So I put good people in my corner. You know, I stayed busy.
So important that I say it all the time. You're the sum of the people that you surround yourself with.
It's exactly, it's this truest statement.
Yeah.
Like you become your surroundings. You know, you bring yourself around positive people. Positive people are going to help you stay positive.
I agree.
You go around the negativity and you go around the people that don't give a shit, then you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's as given as night and day. You know what I
Kea,
mean?
thank you for joining us. Catherine, Jana. Hi,
So
good morning.
so it's like, I stayed. So what I did was in the beginning, the regimen was this. I'd wake up at 4 a.m. I'd go and meet my good friend Dom. Shout out to Dom Cusalito, Tree Busters. If you need tree work, go see him.
Everybody needs tree work.
Yeah, so all the trees falling down from this
That's
fall, call
obnoxious.
Tree Busters. I promise you'll get some good quality, respectful, and professional work from them. But Dom would meet me every morning at like 4:30, 5 a.m. and we'd go hit the treadmill and we'd go do like a little bit of a workout routine. He'd help me with the lifting, the strength conditioning, stuff like that. That was my morning. And
It's good
then
to have a workout partner like that. You need that for your
right, and
motivation.
he's a great motivator. Like
Yeah.
Dom's such a good friend. So like if I was like down or anything like that, he'd be one like, let's get to the root of the problem and let's move on. Let's get going. He was a great motivator to help me start my day. That motivation every morning is what made me stay on track. So then I'd go to work for the day. Then after work, I'd go back to the gym and I would do boxing stuff. So I'd go upstairs, I put the boxing gear on. And if the trainers were there on like Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I'd work on mitts, work on the pads, and then we'd do sparring at the end of class where I'd, spar with some of the younger kids, real light, stuff, just doing technique. And then he had some bigger guys come and spar with me to help me get ready for the fights. And then on the days that they weren't there, I would just hit the bags, work on the stuff that they told me to work on. And I would constantly do this every single day. I did this for 7 days a week because it was just, I don't know, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was to do it, to be part of it. And I always told myself, if you're going to do something, go 100%.
There's
half-ass
no one is accusing you of ever being less than 100% ever.
But that's what I mean. That's my motto for myself, to teach my kids, to teach anybody that could ever learn from anything I do is if you're going to do something, go all in. Be consistent. Consistency is everything with life. If you're going to have a good job and you want to keep your job, be consistent at doing a good job. If you're going to be in a sport, be consistent at doing that sport. Michael Jordan didn't become great overnight. He did it because he consistently stayed in the basketball courts every single day when nobody was watching, when it was 10 o'clock at night, when it was 3 a.m. That's all he did was focus and focus and focus. So I looked at it like that. Obviously, I'm not doing this to become rich and famous. It would be great if I could get money out of this, but that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Happily take any sponsors out there. We got big fights.
Absolutely. I got fights coming
big
up.
Big ideas.
If you want to sponsor and help me get there so I don't have to kill my paycheck every time I do it, please hook
But you're willing to do that, though. I think there's that tenacity where you're willing to throw it all on the line to have that moment, to be in that space.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, it feels good to be good. You know what I mean? So I'm good at what I do because I practice, because I work at it, because I do it. Trust me, like I told her, if I was 0-4 right now, I'd please want you to tell me,
that's it.
This isn't for you.
You're just getting your face beaten in, and you're not getting anything out of this.
This isn't for you. And I would gladly take your advice and be like, right, I'm 0-4. You might have a little bit.
I don't think that you would, though, because you're not that kind of guy. You just get better at it.
But that's the thing. The thing is, at the end of the day, I'm not 0-4. I'm 4-0.
Right.
At the end of the day, I bust my ass to do what I do. And I didn't get here overnight. I worked my ass off to get here, and I still do it every day. And if I could teach anybody anything, that's really all it is. It's when you want something and you love it, be consistent at it. Do it every day. Put your time, put your effort in, and I guarantee you're going to be great at it. There's nobody in the industry of any kind of work, of anything they do, that busted their ass every day to do what they love to do and didn't become successful in some kind of way at it.
I definitely know that you're inspiring people out there. I mean, your story is it's a tale. I mean, it's always, and it's forever ongoing. I'm just like, oh, poor Huck. But it's not, you're never like that. You're never like, woe is me. You're like, I need this, and I'm going here.
Listen, you say that
every time I talk to you.
There's people out there that'll tell you, I've seen Huck in those moments where he's like, woe is me. Like
it happens. No one says it's always, sunshine and rainbows here.
Right. And there's times where I wanted, trust me, there's times I think I told you this the last interview, where I sat on the corner of my bed. I wanted to give up.
Yeah.
And I've asked, before I went to this fight, I told her, I don't even know if I want to do this.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I didn't tell people before this last fight. And so, all right, so let's finish the first fight. The first fights were great because the story about this next fight, like the last fight, is kind of literally some of the best. This was one of the best times I've had in my life
Okay.
anywhere. So the last fight was great. I won the
You
belt.
won,
We had
lots
a
of
great
hype. You
time.
feel
Right.
validated, all of that hard
The two
work.
opponents were, semi easy. They obviously a little bit of a competition. They hit me
You
pretty
can't make
hard.
it seem like it's that easy,
Right.
though.
Trust me, it's not as easy. So anyway, that was amazing. I lived up to that. Like, and then
You still looked like Huck afterwards.
yeah. So after that fight, went through some personal issues, became homeless, went through some things. I kept going to the gym, not as much because I had to figure out life a little bit, figure
Yeah.
out where I was staying that night, blah, 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 blah. There was just a lot that went into it. So this next fight, I signed up for it, and then somebody was going to help me do everything, and then they kind of backed out. So I ended up, it ended up having to be financially put on. Like, luckily I have good people in my corner. Like I said, I met an amazing woman who has my back and helps me a lot. And, we made the Jersey trip happen. I mean, think about it. You got to drive all the way to New Jersey.
Yep.
It's not cheap in New Jersey. It's just like Atlantic City is pretty much Cape Cod, except on a bigger scale. So everything's more expensive down there.
Mm.
It was crazy. So we go down there. We ended up staying at the Showboat Hotel where the fight was.
Okay.
So it was pretty cool. And the Showboat, if you don't know, it's got some boxing history. There's been fights there many times. It's got the biggest arcade.
That's kind of exciting. Like, what did that feel like to you to walk into that space?
Oh, it was huge.
You got to feel that energy.
You can ask her. We got there. I felt like I made it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting paid for this or nothing, but you're driving into Jersey. You're going there for a fight.
It's like a Rocky moment.
No, it really was. Like we drove
awesome.
up. We drove up to the Showboat Hotel, and it's pretty big, and it's got its own little like road down to the main entrance and stuff. And like we're driving down there, and it's this big ass building says Showboat. You're like, I really am fighting here. Like this is crazy right now. And then you go in. We checked in, and we didn't check into like midnight. You know what I mean? It was late. And we get there. We went out to the boardwalk and just took it all in for a little while.
Yeah.
And then I had to go upstairs and get some sleep because the next morning I had to go check in at 9 a.m. for weigh-in and do everything. The fights didn't start till 1 p.m., but it was crazy.
That hurry up and wait moments when you're just sitting there and like nothing's. It's so awful.
Oh my God. You know me. I have anxiety as it is. My pacing, I probably put a wear in the carpet from like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
That's one thing I did learn in the military really well is to just kind of like space out. Because you're there and you're stuck there no matter what. So you kind of just gotta go somewhere else in your brain. Like we're going on a mental adventure. I'm gonna check out for a little bit.
Well, it's funny you say that because that's what I learned to do with music.
Yeah.
When it comes to the fights, music is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize that, but music is like it's a motivator. If I don't listen to certain music, I might not win a fight. Like if you have me listening to Bob Marley before a fight, I might
That's
not go
too chill. Yeah.
I might not go in there ready to fucking kill somebody and break their fucking face off.
He likes rage rap.
Yeah, I do. Listen, you put on some Rage Against the Machine.
He's good to go.
You put on some Tool, some Breaking Benjamin.
It's like angry music, though.
Yeah, exactly. But I need. Like, there's a certain song from Chevelle. I love Chevelle. They're one of my favorite bands, and they have a song called "Get Some." If you've never heard it and you need some motivation to go do something, even if it's to go grocery shopping, because I know how much of us hate to do that.
I love it. Whether you're going for a fight or going grocery shopping, a little bit of Chevelle always does the trick.
What are you talking about? You gotta fight yourself when you go grocery. Who the hell wants to go grocery shopping?
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Carrie. And hey, Dave. How are you?
Isn't that why people have what's that stupid thing they all order through now?
Oh, DoorDash and yeah.
Like, nobody wants to go to the supermarket.
I know.
So put on Get Some from Chevelle. And you're gonna
Get
go
through
in
your
there.
day.
And I promise you're pushing that cart with a different motivation that day.
If you leave here with nothing else, we're giving you some motivational music. Fabulous.
So I would do is every training day I go in, and the first thing I do is put on that song from Chevelle called Get Some. And it just helps me get motivated and it helps me get ready. Like it's just like, all right, boom. After that song's on, I'm in fight mode.
Sarah says Professor Dank. Hello.
Once a blue moon ago. That was a lifetime ago.
Oh, hey, it was still you.
He's still there. Trust
That's
me.
it.
We were listening to Professor Dank songs the other night. I actually let the kids listen to it. And I think my son's friends were in awe. Like Wait, that's
That's your
I
dad.
kept hearing that in the back. Wait, that's your dad? That's your dad? It was kind of funny. That was
Good
kind of
tunes.
yeah, it was good times. The summertime on the Cape always gets them.
Many moons ago, Professor Tank.
So
Sorry, I didn't
anyway,
mean to derail you
yeah,
as we
no
were talking about
worries, no
Chevelle and
worries.
shopping.
So
So
anyway, back
music
to
is your
Jersey.
big
Yeah, so
thing.
back to Jersey. Friggin', I put some music on. I go
Mhm.
in the back corner. I get dressed. Cody's like, warm up, loosen up. I'll go in there. I get Chevelle going. I'll start running the hands, start doing my thing, get ready, and then that's it. So the first fight last weekend was kind of dope. Because this guy is 45. He's had 4 fights, or I'm sorry, 4 tournaments. He was, from what I was told afterwards, he won all 4 of his tournaments. This was his last fight.
Oh,
He was going to be done after this. 45, he was whatever. So I was like, okay. I seen the guy, big dude, looked like he can hold it. I was watching him warm up. I'm like, he's a fighter. He knows what
yeah.
he's doing. So we get in the ring, and I'm not going to lie. Out of all the people that I've ever fought so far of getting hit, he hit the hardest. I saw stars on a couple of those shots.
What is that like?
It's scary because like the first time you feel it, you got to make sure you come right back. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because you're pretty much not there for a
You're
minute.
stunned.
Yeah, you're like, dang. All right, there we go. I'm back. all right. Now I gotta punch him. So I ended up TKOing this guy because after that first, because it was like the 3rd punch in the fight, he hit me hard. I got pissed, and that's the thing. I get angry when I get punched. So like, you hit me, you better be ready for what's coming, because that's when it's like coming. That's when I'm just like, all right. That's when I start sending the hands. I'll hit you with a haymaker from East Falmouth. Like it's coming.
Watch out.
Yeah, watch out now. Like,
Enchilada.
yeah. So once he hit me, I went off. I hit him really good. He in the body. The first shot that I got him to knock down, I hit him in the body, right in the ribs. He went down. Almost went through the ropes on that one. So he got back up. They did the 8 count. We fight again. I get him. I hit him against the ropes. He's getting like, so she like counts again, lets him come back. We do it again. The next shot I hit him when he went through the ropes, he stiffened up.
Yeah.
This was 3 times in the first round that he went down. He stiffened up, and he should have. They called the fight, but they let him come back for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So whatever. I'm like, I don't care. I'm there to have fun and fight. Like, cool. You're gonna not end it early. Let's keep going. And I also knocked the guy down 3 times already, so I already know what's coming. I'm knocking his ass out. Like, this is what's going on in my head when I'm standing in the corner and my fists are ready, and I'm like, yeah, come
Let's
on,
do this.
Get back up. I swear to God, you're going down. Get back up. Get back up. Let's go. So then he gets back up. He starts coming at me, and we're going. He hit me again really good, and that's when I was like, yeah. And I'm
That's
like,
it.
this is over. I hear Cody going, hit him with a straight. So I was like, I jabbed him twice. Boom, boom, and hit him with a straight. He went through the ropes. It was, he had like 30 people there to see him. It was like me on my first fight. All kinds of people there to see him. They were booing by the end of the fight because they were like mad that I won. It was funny though. But after the fight, they all gave me mad props. Me and him hugged each other.
Good.
I busted his nose all up. He was bleeding.
Ugh.
And I was telling Harry and Cody, I was like, I feel bad. Like, I fucked this dude
Yeah.
up. Cody's like, you didn't do nothing to him. He wasn't trying to do to you. Or Anthony, my buddy Anthony said that. I was like,
yeah, it's true.
Good point. Because if he could have did that to me, he would have loved to.
Yeah.
And like I tell everybody, when I get in that ring, it's literally kill or be killed.
Yeah.
Like, I know not necessarily nobody's gonna die, hopefully. I mean, but it's kill or be. I'm not in there to like give you roses and
right,
and
exactly.
paint pictures with you. I'm in there to beat your face in until you can't stand anymore.
He's really sweet though. Honestly, he's a nice guy.
But I will buy you a beer afterwards. I'll buy you a shot of beer afterwards. We can talk about freaking how our kids are growing up in high school and stuff like that. Like, I'm not like, I used to do that in street fights. You know how many times at keg parties I get in a fight and afterward we're drinking a beer together?
I've heard some Falmouth stories.
Yeah,
I feel like my husband was also involved in some of those Falmouth stories as well. So
that's the way it is in this town. That's how. But
I'm like, wait, you were stabbed? What?
And you're friends with the person
No,
now?
the guy's a cop. It's so Falmouth.
Welcome to Falmouth. So the first fight was, so that was the end of the first fight. That guy, they called the TKO. I won. That was my first, technical knockout.
Yeah.
So that was amazing. That was great. And then the second fight came. Now, mind you, what I didn't tell you is a week before the fights, Huck went ham on his last day of hard training.
Yeah.
I fucked my shoulder up.
Oh, that's scary.
3 days before the fight, like 4 days before the fight, I couldn't lift my hand up past
Yeah.
here. So I go to the doctor, the hospital. They're like,
that is a problem as we age. We injure.
Yeah.
And it stays longer.
I go to the hospital and the doctor's like, oh, you're fine. I'm like, I have a fight on Saturday. He's like, oh, you'll be ready to fight. He's like, I'm going to send you for a cortisone shot.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, really? So I went in, got the cortisone shot. Literally the next day, my arm was like, it was brand new again.
Like, I'm fine.
Yep.
Everything's fine here.
So the second fight, I wake up the next morning and I'm in pain. My shoulders, both of them. I can't lift my arms. I'm like, this is fuck. I gotta go fight
this
again.
Is 40.
Yeah, there's 43. Okay. No, at 40, it wasn't this bad. Literally every year after 40, it's like another check engine.
It's a slide.
Light. It's another check engine light.
The dashboard's lit up.
I didn't feel that last time. The fuck is this knee problem?
Facts.
I'm not lying. That's why they make you get a physical every year.
Yeah,
now.
you have to.
You want to box next year? You gotta get another physical, bro.
Damn it, we just did that.
They just told me I was cleared.
Yep.
Yeah, but you had your face bashed in 4 more times.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I can't imagine what that feels like afterwards.
All right, so now I have to go fight. And what's even worse is the second fight. This dude didn't fight the day before. So the second fight, I'm fighting a guy with
he's fresh.
Arms,
Yeah.
brand new. I'm going in there half beat up already.
Right.
Like, great. So whatever. I go in there, and in my eyes, it's like this. You're going in there, even if you don't get the knockout, you better make sure it looks good that you won. Okay. So that video, when you go back and look, I don't want that was a close fight. You know what I mean? No, that's not happening when I fight. I don't
like, did you channel something? Did you put your brain somewhere? What just kind of like had
you
this
literally
out of body?
Tell yourself, no, I'm not fucking losing. I'm not going back to Falmouth without a belt.
Well, there's that.
You tell yourself, like, I don't give a fuck what it takes. I'll die in here. I'll have a heart attack in the ring if that's what it fucking takes to win this
It's a little too soon. We just lost a friend
No,
over the weekend.
I know,
God
I know.
almighty.
It's not really,
but I get it.
It's just, you just go in there with everything. You're like, nope, I'm punching. And like Cody would say to me, you can't go home with any of this. You're leaving it all in the ring. Everything you've trained for, every friggin' punch you've thrown in practice, and this is all to be left in this last fight right here. So you go in there and you just punch. And then you punch, you dodge, you punch, you punch, you punch. This guy's coming at me. I'm losing my breath. Still, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Just punching every fucking pitch I can. I'm like, the judges are not going to be mistaken that I won this fight. I don't care what it takes. So when you watch the video and you just see
not losing any technical.
No, exactly. I don't have the power to knock this guy out. And he was 250. He was a bigger dude.
Yeah.
Big gut on him. But great guy.
Yeah.
He was, again, afterward, like in the middle of the fight, I'm like, I fucking love you, bro. This is amazing. Like, it's nothing like getting punched in the face by somebody and punching him, and the respect you have for each other.
I can't imagine that.
It's amazing.
Like
I said, afterwards, I would have hung out with him, bought him a beer, chilled. Like, even if I lost, it didn't matter to me. And that's
getting all that adrenaline out.
Winning or losing, it's not even the thing at that point. It's just the experience, the fun, the being there. Yes, leaving with the trophies and the gold, it definitely helps.
We like those.
It helps a little bit.
Yeah, right. It definitely does.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When you know you got the upper hand.
This is a desk of greatness here. Look at this. It's pretty epic.
A lot of hard work.
I got to thank Denise Pressman for giving me my new award over here that I just won last weekend. This is an award-winning desk, all right?
Listen, Falmouth only breeds winners. We breed winners around here.
Too funny. I don't know. We got a lot of losers too. I'll tell you that.
I wasn't talking about them. They get their spotlight in the newspaper every day. Or on Facebook every day. They don't get this spotlight.
Too funny. Good morning, Sarah and Danielle checking in from Florida.
We used to read that shit. We used to read that shit just for the comedy.
It's my favorite thing now. Sandwich Police puts out the Sandwich Police blotter, and it's great. It's a good one. It's gold.
Them and Bourne have me laughing sometimes.
Honestly, they're really Sandwich, you stepped up your game coming for Bourne right now.
Yeah, Falmouth, get it together.
I know. Get somebody in there that can write.
Get a writer in there. Make some funny stories.
Like Matt Waddington. There are people.
I don't think.
He'd be a great writer for this. I nominate you, Matt.
I love you, Matt.
Right? Good morning, Heather. How are you?
But yeah, so the first fight was amazing because I got the TKO, which
The
is the
second one, you
first
had to just give it your all,
right.
literally, like blindly
But the
punching.
decision went my way. It was a 3-0 decision,
Yeah.
meaning I won all 3 rounds. You ask him, he'd probably think differently.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I
And
mean,
I even thought differently. I thought the fight was close, being the other fighter. But then when you go back and watch the video, I'm like, yeah, no, it wasn't as close as I thought.
yeah.
Like I whooped his ass. So it was a lot of
Is it
fun.
a visual thing for you? You're like, oh, were you acting? Like, do you feel like there was is it because of your emotion? Is it because of the way you are?
There's
That
times that
charisma
there's
that
times
really
you
bring
could be
it?
in there doing that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's times where like when it's going your way, yeah, you feel like you're putting a show on for them.
Yeah.
You can hear the guy in the crowd go, give him an uppercut.
Yeah.
All right. Like once it's going, these 2 fights weren't like that for me. The
Okay.
first 2 fights were.
Yeah.
I can feel the energy. It was a lot easier for me. These 2 were a little bit of dog fights. It
Yeah.
was like I just wanted to get through this and win.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know how it was gonna go because I didn't train as well. I was homeless. I had a lot of shit against me.
Yeah.
You know, dealing with the shit that I went through. It's like you have to mentally get through.
It's almost like exasperation. It's just, this is it. This is
Yeah.
all I have.
Right.
Here it is.
At that point, it really was. And it's just I went through a lot. Like I really did. Like emotionally having to cut something out of your life that you're so used to. And you know, it's
What was the release like after that? Were you like a mess? Were you just like an emotional puddle? Because I got to think about that, getting through that moment and then the win, and then it's all kind of out there already. It's got to be like very. I cry like in moments like that. I'm like tears. I'm a puddle.
I held it back a little bit, but I did when I got the belt and I had to go see the doctor. Like I get the belt, like climbing through the ropes.
I'm busted.
I'm climbing through the ropes to come out and to see the doctor for him to check and make sure I'm okay. I was standing there waiting for the doctor, and I started crying like inside. Like I was holding it back so nobody saw me.
It's like that heaving.
So I'm doing this. But yeah, like I sat there. The first thing I said to myself was, "You're 4-0," and I'm like, "Holy shit! You literally came from nothing to 4-0." And it started making me cry because I'm seeing my mother there, my kids, my girl, everybody's there supporting me, like where I came from and all that hard work in the gym and all them days of beating myself up and sparring with Cody and getting my face beat in. It's all worth it at that point. And then you look over and you see your coach and his fiance and they're proud of you. And like, there's nothing better than to see the people that have worked with you and been there and helped you, guide you. There's nothing better to just see their proudness because you helped get them there. And not only that, it's like, you know what they're feeling because it's like, they were my teachers.
Yeah.
So as a teacher, that's got to feel great as somebody that like, you taught me everything you learned and you literally watched your student become great at what he does. That has to be just as good as me winning. That has to be. I don't know. I'm not that person, but to see the joy in him and his fiance's face after I won, it just makes me feel great because only Cody and Alex came to the second fights because it's a long trip. It's expensive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, they came to that fight and like they said, to see the joy in their face afterwards, to see the proudness in my mother's face, my girl's face, my kids. Like my son's the one on the live. You can hear him going, knock him down, dad. The proud feeling, like as my kids are proud of me, my family's proud of me, my coach is proud of me. It's a great feeling. It makes you feel like it's all worth it.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if I ever want a belt. What I care about is to make the people that support me and behind me, I care about making them proud, making myself proud. Like it's hard work and it doesn't go on.
It's a different high than being high.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's absolutely. Other than getting my apartment, like I told her yesterday, I was like, I think I'm higher than I've ever been off any drug right now. Because I literally am looking at 2 belts sitting in my friggin' apartment. I have my own place. I'm cooking. I cooked dinner last night, like spaghetti and meatballs. Used my mother's recipe.
I love that.
So like, it was just like, this was all.
Because people can say that that's another addiction. You know what I mean? That getting that fierceness, that competitiveness, that, you know, your gym, you're working out. Okay, I've traded this addiction. This is a healthier addiction, obviously. But it's like,
it's definitely an addiction
for you to celebrate those moments of being in your apartment cooking dinner. Like that's a different reward altogether.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, just to know where I came from a month ago, even 3 weeks ago.
Danielle
Like,
says you're making us all cry.
like literally living in my car. I was living in my Jeep, sleeping at the canal, sleeping at Trunk River, like waking up in the morning, not knowing, like sleeping in Rocky's parking lot just so I could be there in the morning to get up and go work
Yeah.
out and not miss it. Because I
Yeah.
didn't want to oversleep or something like that. Like when you actually get into your own apartment and you make dinner, like, do you understand? Like, it's those simple things that make you realize what you like. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Like life is not. It's waves.
Well, it's a good conversation to be having on a Monday morning where you feel like crap. The weather is crappy. You're feeling low.
Yeah.
You're not your best. You know what I mean? And it's just one of those things, right foot, left foot. Sometimes you got to just put yourself through the motions. I mean, what you're talking about is like so dramatic. It's a lot.
But I'm not the only person going through that right
No,
now.
no, there are many others
That's
going
why
through
I
it.
also
Yeah.
am glad we're talking
Yeah.
about that, because at the end of the day, I want anybody to know that you're sleeping in your car, you're sleeping in a tent, whatever you're doing, you're going to be homeless. Like, I understand what Cape Cod's throwing at us right now. Us locals can't fucking get it together.
I know.
Like, you
I
can't
know.
afford it here. I don't even know where the hell the money's coming from at this point anymore, because last time I checked, we were living in a country in poverty,
Mhm.
like, or at least on our way there. Like, I don't know how anybody's affording what they're affording right now. People are going on vacations and able to, like, I just don't get it.
Yeah.
But my point is you're doing all that. You're living in your car right now and you're struggling like I was. There's a way out. You'll figure it out. Just don't give up. Just put your mind towards making better choices, getting to the better situation. Just don't give up. That's all don't give up. Like, because I've wanted to give up. I've almost given up. You can't. You can't. You don't have, there's people that depend on you. There's yourself that depends on you. You deserve to live a good life. Trust me. You just have to just keep working and keep trucking it. You're going to get it. You know what I mean? Like, my whole thing is I won't give up. That's the thing. You bust your ass every single day. Why do I keep winning and fighting? Because I don't stop. Because I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep busting my ass at it. I'm going to keep doing what I got to do to win a belt. You know, the reason I'm doing good in life is because I don't sit there and dwell. Like, I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I can't. You know how many people I hear?
We know a lot of those people.
Right. And don't get me wrong. There's moments where I've sat there because I've tried so hard for so many days in a row. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why is everything stacked up against me?
But those are days. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to put those days in that box and move on with it.
Let that moment be a moment and move on past it, because they're just moments. And life is waves. You got to think about it. Life is just like the ocean is. Okay. So the ocean, that tide comes in, that tide goes out. Those waves are going to keep coming. It's going to be high. It's going to be low. It's going to be high. It's going to be low. You can't let the low days outweigh the high days. Understand that they're going to change. You just can't stay into it. The more you dwell, the more you stay into those low days, the less the high days come. But as long as you keep hoping for the high days, they're going to come. You keep wishing, you keep wanting, you keep working towards it. That word consistency is everything. It literally is the only thing that has gotten me where I'm at. Stay consistent with the goal. Okay, my goal was to win. I stayed consistent with getting me there. I went to the gym every single day. I busted my ass. I talked to the people I needed to talk to. I kept the people around me I needed to keep around me. I did the same thing for the second fight, just not as on a bigger scale. This next fight, I'm going back to the way I trained on the first fight, and I'm going to keep busting my ass, keep doing the things I got to do, work myself to get.
How do people sponsor you and support you on this next fight?
Just contact me, message me, Thomas Huckemeyer Sr. I got to pay for the dues for the fight. I got to get, paid to get out there and do all that stuff. I'm gonna need some
Vegas, baby.
I'm gonna need some new gear as well, because my gear is getting a little beat up from using it all the time.
That's right.
There's a lot of things that can help me get there. If people want to sponsor me, just contact me. Contact Cody Marandola at Marandola Martial Arts.
And if you're thinking about martial arts, go see Cody.
Yes.
He'll take care of you.
He's literally the greatest coach out there.
Oh,
honestly, and he's just such a humble, good person that wants the best for his students, and he works with you, meaning he sees the way you are, and then he'll work around how you are. Like, I have a problem talking out of line. Okay,
that's weird.
It's a thing.
No, I never would have thought of that.
I have that problem where I cut people off. I don't know. I don't mean to be rude when I do
know.
it. I don't know why I do it, if it's the ADHD. So he literally will let me do my thing, and then just keep continuing, knowing like, all right, he shut up now. I can keep going. Like
You done? Okay, good.
He knows exactly. He knows like where my like your ADHD done yet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now I can keep working.
Got that out.
Like,
good.
And it's cool to have somebody that doesn't get frustrated with me. You know what I mean? His patience is like no other.
Lauren says we do it because of ADHD.
Yes, exactly.
And she's like, I always feel so rude. Good morning, Mari. Mark Berry lived in his car when he first moved to the Cape.
I always feel rude. And sometimes I'm told I'm rude for doing it, which is please tell me I'm rude. I'm doing it because I don't want to do it. Like you can tell me, yo, you're being out of line. Like, can I finish my goddamn sentence before you fucking start talking? Yes, I'm sorry. I get excited with what we're talking about and I just want to go. You know what I mean? It sucks. It really does. But at the end of the day, it is who I am, and I can't really change it at this point. I'm 40 fucking 3. Like, if I couldn't change it in my 20s, I don't know how I'm
Well, we love you. We support you. You're here, champ over here. And any way we can help you financially, we're going to do so. And I'd like to have you on the show. 5 o'clock, drive at 5. Doing a little Lemonadio action. Love to have Professor Dank in the studio.
I would love to play some music, talk some fun stuff.
Bring him back.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, I really would.
All right, perfect.
We're going to work on getting him more involved with Lemonadio and keeping him around because I'm definitely entertained by you as always. And you're a badass, man.
I try. Thank you. You're a badass yourself.
Hey, we do our best.
We were talking on the way here how like literally you're a staple of like our life, everything from when I was like my late teens to now. Like I remember your voice on the radio. 96.3 The Road.
I know, right? Like, every single one I've been on them, so I know you. I've seen you.
Yeah.
I was at I DJ'd a baptism over the weekend. It was a Greek baptism, but one of the sons came over and he's like, I don't have a memory of my childhood that I didn't have your voice in it. So having you here was really weird.
You played my first song on the radio. You played my first song on the radio. I did. Smash It or Trash It, and they smashed it. I was so excited. It was like the coolest thing of my life. Like,
oh my God, I'm old.
That was like 2000, 2001. Holy
right?
Shit,
I know. I know. Good times. Good morning, Kayla. So thank you all so much for supporting Huck and his endeavor.
Everybody.
I'm very excited.
The next fight is Boston.
Yeah.
Boston. It's October 20th, 21st. I'll be posting. If you go add me on my Facebook page, I will be posting all the information probably sometime today or tomorrow for the Boston one. And then the big one, if everybody wants to, start saving money, February, we're going to Las Vegas and I'm going to fight the Vegas Masters Championship tournament and pretty much try to, seal out this whole year with the King belt from Vegas. I mean, I got the one from Atlantic City. Now let's go get the Vegas belt and let's really
that's it.
And then, I'll get the Boston belt, get the Vegas belt. That'll be 4 belts. And then I might
take a break.
Nope. I think I might go pro for one fight.
Oh, well then you heard it here first.
I might go pro for one fight.
This one talking all kinds of smack. I'm
loving
it.
So I could get a check that says I got paid to box. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
hey,
it.
You got paid to be a boxer. Like that.
He's got goals.
It would really be cool to have that as my goal and as my final combat sport, getting my face beat in goal. And then maybe go back into fishing after.
And then he's going to go the leisurely route as he retires.
I'll get back on a commercial fishing boat and beat myself up again.
Yeah, right.
Until I'm dead. I don't fucking know. I have.
Hey, Cape Cod.
This is what you guys. I'm not originally from here. I'm a Washer Shore. I'm from Long Island. That doesn't make it any better. I'm definitely have that island blood in me. You know.
That's it. That's it. That's how we live.
Like, I love fishing. I love getting punched in the face. I love punching people in the face. Long walks on the beach, and I'm just kidding.
All right. This is not your Tinder profile here. We're getting out of here. We're leaving to support this man. We'll talk soon. Everybody have a great week. I'll be at Dino's tonight for a little bit of trivia, 6 until 8. Swing through if you got something to prove. We always have a good time. Even if you're really not good at trivia, you're going to have a good time tonight. So I'll see you. Have a great week, everybody. This is your Monday motivation. Get out, get up, and get doing something. Have a good one. Right? I can't help it. You gotta try.
Oh, that was amazing.